earlier I was asking you. I think you had some connection problem. I was told you said to Sekou, you told Sekou
I told him
to
go
go
back to
back to
Africa.
Africa.
Yeah, that's what I said. And I'm gonna say it
But
again. Take your
but
ass back to Africa.
but why would you say something like that?
Because now Smash say, you know you can't say that. The truth is, Sekou is directly from Africa. So if a nigga say, nigga, go back to Baltimore, it's really not disrespectful.
Okay, so say cool. Let me curse you out respectfully.
Yeah, cut me out, Reggie. I'm listening to the hypocrisy because I am wondering where you.
I'm gonna curse you out.
Yeah, cut me out. I'm listening.
Okay. You have no standing in our communities. You're an outsider. You have no standing. Now, what you are doing is you are a new.
What is your community that I don't have no standing in?
African American.
African American.
Oh, Reggie. Garfield is not an African American. Garfield
is an African American. Garfield is an African American.
Sanetta is a Dominican.
They African Americans.
We African Americans.
What is wrong
Let
with you?
Let me finish. Don't want to curse him out politely.
No, because you are wrong.
You have no standing in our community.
Garfield an African American?
You're not
African American
struggle.
Is Sanetta African American?
Yes.
You're not part of the African struggle in the Americas. Now,
you want to bring discrimination. It's embarrassing that you being an.
Come on, man. You gonna interrupt, man? Come on, man. Now it's gonna look like this is why every time I put him in the chat or Shaka and Dougal, because they always talk and don't want people to respond. I don't know how they do that.
But I said I have the floor.
Go ahead,
now,
Reggie.
I don't know how long you've been studying Shekan Diop. I don't even know if you've heard his voice personally. I don't know if you've ever met Theophilo Benga. Talk to Theophilo Benga. Now, if my community has some questions and I'm a part of that community, I can answer it. Now, there are people who it takes them some time to gather some information. So if Sheffrin wants to say what he has to say, well, we can continue the dialogue with Sheffrin. But don't you ever criticize me for not responding like I'm a crazy convert every time somebody says something about Shekan Diop or any of these people, right? You know why? Because I have a proven 33 years in this, right? And you have, I don't know what your standing is. I don't know what university you went with. I don't even know who your elders are. I don't even know how long, you've told me recently how long you were a Muslim and how long you're not, but that doesn't mean that you haven't studied the culture. Well, I'm going to ask you now, how long have you studied Nile Valley culture? How long?
Reggie, I think you are leading the conversation somewhere else. What you started with no, this is not about me. The discussion was about no standing.
I'm going to put it on you because I want to know your standing.
You say I have no standing to talk about African American community.
No,
I want to understand what you mean by
information. No, you have no standing. You go and talk to your people. I talk to my people, right? You don't talk to my people. Who
are your people? Is Garfield African American?
Why you keep calling my name, man? Garfield is
because I'm speaking. This is Garfield.
Garfield is Heathcliff's cousin, man.
Garfield is the African in the Americas. It don't matter where the goddamn slave ship.
Man, what are you talking about?
I could have been dropped off in Jamaica.
Reggie, this is embarrassing. Don't do this, Reggie.
Talking to our experience.
It must not be.
May I be heard?
Telling me, okay, cool. You're nobody. You're zero. You got no standing except for YouTube. What scholar knows you? What scholar do you talk to? What university you went to? You got no standing. Stand down. And I asked you, how long you been studying this? Have you been to Egypt? Do you know the Meta Necha?
Oh my goodness.
But I want that soundbite that you said, Reggie. My goal is to take down Kemet or to bang on Kemet. You said to bang on Kemet.
No,
and that's what you're doing here. You are now joining on with our enemy. And when I say, let me finish. When I say enemy, I'm talking about the enemy of knowledge or information. All because you hate Jabari, brother, and you don't care. You saying you going up against a Kemetic brother just for the simple fact that you hate our brother Jabari. And when you look at what they did, when they did that thing, let me finish. When they did that joint the other day in the debate, what did Quanah came in and said? What did our brother Yara said? No, I'm not going against my brother. I'm not going against no other Israelite brother. And I respect them for that. I'm not mad at Yara for that. We got to learn how to do the same damn thing, man. You know, them brothers, they got a unity that they will stick together. We ain't they not gonna throw one of their brothers under the bus because they have a little differences with them to us. And that's the shit that we got to get to, man. We got too much soft goddamn skin over here. Damn.
Saneda, I have that stuff you were looking for. I can play it now if you put my screen. It's only a few seconds long. Yes, okay, I'm going to play it. I'm going to mute.
T-Shaka.
I just wanted to address it, but let me just play. It's only 36 seconds long.
Go ahead.
Yep.
I don't believe in old Egyptian gods. I don't believe in that stuff. I wasn't even taught that bullshit, right? I'm the one who bangs against the Kemetics. I bang against them and they can't get through me because the gods that they worship, right, were born from another group of thinking, right? So you can't come with me with no goddamn Heru or no other that bullshit. Show it to me in a primary, show it to me in writing, show it to me in a period. You're making the bullshit up.
Damn, Reg, that's hard right there. You can't get around that. But go ahead, Reggie. I'm gonna let you go. Wow. Woo.
Reggie is muted. You're muted, Reggie. We can hear you.
Yeah, so I'm going to pull up something. So, see, there's something that you have to understand, Sanetta. Sanetta, the ancient Egyptians in a text said that he is the one who makes his own gods in a language that can't be erased. The ancient Egyptians made their own gods for their purposes.
And now today, it is so sad that I have to say Dr. Ben is now rolling over in his grave. Dr. Ben is now looking up, looking down or looking around, wherever, at one of his top students. And he is now saying, what happened to you, my brother? You were supposed to carry on the torch. Now you're going against the greatness of my teachings, of what I taught you. I think it was the time when my brother, Dr. Reggie, committed treason when Sarah Sutan said he was going up against Nasi Yashavel. And I should have seen it then when Dr. Reggie secretly went behind all of our backs and gave Nasi Yashavel, a Hebrew Israelite, the antidote, the information that can try to kill Sarah Sutan Seti when Seti was defending Dr. Ben, defending Kemet, defending African culture, but Reggie went and gave Nasi Yashavel information against us. I didn't see it then. I couldn't believe it. I said, no, that's not my brother Reggie. He ain't do that. And then I heard Reggie one day admitted it. And I was so hurt, man. I just couldn't believe it, man. That's when Reggie failed. He have no longer become the backbone of Kemet. He have no longer become the strength of Kemet. And I just got to say, man, I just feel sorry for my brother.
Then now, Sanetta, I I join people with information. I don't join people because of personalities. So I do stick together with Africans and people and people who do comedic stuff. But I stick together with people who are truthful in their approach, not
You
people
don't
who.
you don't stick with Africans. You told Sekou that he has no standing, that he should talk to his people, and you talk to your people. You don't stick with
Yeah,
Africans.
yeah, because Sekou is not an African from American. He has a different he does not he has a different point of view. So he can't speak for African Americans. That's why I told him that. He has
Oh,
no
for
bearing
real.
in my he has no bearing in my
That's so
community.
divisive what you just said. It's like Will and Inch type of mentality.
Yeah,
Because he's
because
not African American, he cannot talk about issues that affect African Americans. You guys can talk about the issues that affect Africa, but we cannot talk about the issues that affect people in America. That doesn't make
God
sense to
damn.
me.
it does if you think about it, it does. He's
So
coming
so
into
did you
our.
did you
Will
did
you
you tell
keep
that
letting?
to Sheikh Anta Diop?
Did I tell that to Sheikh Anta Diop? Where's Sheikh Anta Diop talking about African Americans? Where's he
Did you tell
talking
that
about
to
African Americans?
Theophilo Benga? He went to America. He lectured in America. Yeah, actually, he was acquainted with many of the greats that
Yeah,
you
you're
like to
just
talk all the
throwing
time.
out points. These are people that you have. You ever met Theophilo Benga?
No, well,
Well, I
I've
have.
seen him. I've seen him, but
You've seen
I'm
him.
not acquainted with
Well,
him.
you seen
Yes,
him on YouTube?
but but brother, you like to say I know him and him. In 30 years, you don't have a book, you don't have a
No.
website, you don't have a platform. You have to go on other people's platforms. So you can talk all you want that you were acquainted with
Well, you
whoever.
don't.
It
You
doesn't
have
hold any
anything? I
bearing
mean,
with your scholarship.
listen. I think everybody knows my work. You're just being introduced.
What is
Okay.
your work? You've been carrying their suitcases. You went errand and bought them drinks and coffee and tea. Everybody can do that. That's why I nickname you Butler.
So Sarnetta, Sarnetta, so you allow this person to talk about. I carry Sarnetta's bags and suitcases
So you
and
are Butler
things.
for Sanera as well. It's good to know. I didn't know that.
Yeah. So
And
I
Sanera
do.
called you the B word. You did not object. You don't have any
Oh,
backbone,
Sarnetta,
Reggie.
you know why? You know why? Because Sarnetta is my brother. We can talk
Yeah.
behind the scenes.
No, it was
All
publicly
right,
that he
come on,
called you
y'all.
a
Come
B.
on, y'all. Let's get
The
back to the
point
knowledge,
was
man.
on Sekou Keller as to whether or not he can talk about what's going on in the African American community. He can have an opinion. He can have an opinion. He doesn't even live in America. He lives in Canada right
I
now.
don't live in America either.
Shock. This mutual mic when you can say it to yourself, but you're gonna
Yeah,
get
but
back
no,
in.
but I mean, Sanera, this guy Reggie is here saying if you don't live in America, you cannot talk about the issues affecting African Americans. I mean, is this what I came in for?
Yeah.
Theophilo Benga is not from America. Everybody listen to him. He's a scholar. He's a PhD. Check on Diop. We listen to him. We respect him. He's a scholar. He's a PhD. So why would somebody tell Sekou, well, you don't even live in America, so you cannot talk about it? And that's why I interjected. I
No,
don't live in America, but I am on this platform. Go ahead.
So it depends on what he is talking about. If he's talking about all African people, that's fine. If he's talking about some dispute that we're having in our own community, then he's an outsider in the dispute. When I challenge you to see where Dr. Sheikh Anta Diop is specifically talking about African Americans, except for to be educated. So what I'm just trying to do is
Reggie, I agree. I agree with Brother Shaka because we black people here in America, we talk about every goddamn body. We talk about every country. We talk about every city. We talk about everybody. I believe that if my
sticking with me.
I believe I'm sticking with information, brother. Hold on, stop, brother. I'm sticking with the information and what's real. I believe that if Sekou know about what's going on in America, he should speak on it. He been here long enough, Reggie. You don't think he been here long enough to see what's going on? You think he just, it don't matter, brother. You speak on people in Canada. Remember them goddamn silly ass so-called Moors up there? And we was banging on them Moors that's in Canada?
I was speaking on the information about what they was bringing. We weren't speaking about our communities.
Nah, it don't matter, Reggie. That sound like white people. That sound like the Hebrews sometime, or white people trying to stop us from trying to interact with other people. Like we said, like we already said sit like what they call that when you talking to somebody, damn, what they call that shit, y'all? Help me out.
I would tell you, but you tell me to be quiet, so I'm gonna be quiet.
Yeah, so be your ass quiet then.
Check this out. Reggie talks about Kemet.
Stereotype. We sound just like them when we begin to stereotype people.
Reggie talks about Kemet. He's not from Kemet. He talks about Nubia. He's not from Nubia. That's all good.
I'm talking about the information, not the.
Sekou is talking about the information as well. You know the example of the double standard. Reggie is such a fence rider. Reggie kept talking about the Sheikh Anta Diop thing in the museum in New York. So now it suits him, and he says, yeah, and he also claimed that he's in contact with some people with the museums, but it doesn't make any difference to me. But it's all good to say, yeah, Sheikh Anta Diop, they're talking about him in the New York Museum, but then when an African speaks about issues that affect Black people worldwide, including America, we're supposed to tell him.
But see, there you go again. See, I'm talking about it, and one thing is to talk about information, and one thing is to talk about politics. So when we're talking about information, right? And that's what I thought we was talking about, right? I can talk about information, right? Now, if you want to make it personal to people. No, I'm not. And so you make these things about offense.
So Sekou cannot talk about the politics of America?
No, we were talking about information.
No, but Sekou, what is it that he cannot talk about when it comes to African
Americans? He can. I think that it would not serve him to talk about. Lots of times, Sekou comes on and he supports Brother Jabari, right?
That's your issue. That's what you should say. You should say, I hate on Sekou because I hate on Jabari, and he defends him.
No, see, you're adding. Don't you,
brother? Listen to yourself. First, you say he has no bearing. He should talk to his people, and now you just told the truth. You just betrayed yourself. That's because he's defending Jabari.
No, that's your problem. If he is talking about a dispute between me and Brother Jabari, and on the information of ancient Egypt, right? Then he should just leave it to us. But he comes on and he makes his opinion, right?
Doesn't he have the right to?
Yeah. All right.
If do your thing, my brother, do your thing.
Okay, so what we're gonna do here, we're gonna read what Garfield wrote himself. Garfield Reed wrote himself, and if you can address the Hebrew Israelites for a lot of the lies and misconceptions that they tell in the public, then you can surely
Bear with me, I need to restart my computer. So bear with me. I'm looking for something to play in the meantime. I don't. Okay, I know which one I'll play.
So Shabazz was not permitted to stay in that area, so he took his family into the jungle of East Asia, which we now call Africa, to make a people close to nature. And the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, this is the origin of kinky hair, because we didn't have kinky hair prior to that. The hair on our head was like the hair on our eyebrows. The hair on your eyebrows straight, the hair on your head is not the same as the hair on your eyebrow. But the hair of every other people is the same as their eyebrow. Your eyebrow straight, your hair something different. Wouldn't you like the hair on your head to be as straight as the hair on your eyebrow? That's why you're so busy frying it. That's why you're so busy pulling it. Because your nature tells you that the kink I mean, you know, with I'm black and I'm proud, we got to learn to be proud of kinks. Because most of your family of other black people on the earth, jet black. They didn't have no broad nose and thick lips and kinky hair. They were dark-skinned people, jet black. But they had straight hair, a thinner lip, a thinner nose. But we are marked as a different kind of black person. And we were rejected and despised, not only from the circle of the gods, but we were despised and rejected by all the other dark people of the earth. This is why today black people with kinky hair and broad nose and thick lips are rejected in every society. I want you to hear me well tonight. Yes, sir. Why are we rejected? Because the essence of beauty is in obedience and submission to God. And the essence of ugliness is when you rebel against God. And when you rebel against God, in your rebellion, you are marked with a certain mark of your rebellion, which is the disfigurement of your internal self, which manifests in the disfigurement of your external self. And this is why when you look at our people, wherever we are found on the earth, you find us either disfiguring ourselves physically because we are disfigured on the inside because of rebellion.
Others. Oh, okay. Let me check the sound. Now I want this on an ear set. So okay, let me check the sound now. 2 and 2.
Viens, Mérode, viens ici. Hotep Senu Hena Senut Iti Ren Ishakan Dugu Kemet. I hope you're doing well. The title of this video is 10 Years Later, the Amen Ra Squad is back on the anti-African BS. Wrong is wrong. It was in 2011 that the situation got real messy. And we just passed 2000, well, actually, a decade later, you know, a little bit more than 11 years later. I don't know at this point if the Amen Ra Squad still exists, because they don't seem to be doing something as a crew or as a group. People got their own thing, you know, everybody's doing their thing. Oh, I almost forgot. Where is it? There it is. All right. So this is a moderator. You can tell by the color of the user. Okay, I don't know if I know what's going on with my headset. I might end up removing it. Why is it playing like that? Audio. You know what? I'm gonna plug it. Okay, I'll leave it there. If it continues, I'll plug it as well. Shouldn't come out of. Okay, I'm gonna plug it as well. One two one two one two. No, I want it on the headset. It's not playing on the headset. I don't know why. Won't make a difference if I change it, will it?
All right. Can you let me know if you can hear me? I'm gonna have to do it with my mobile phone. I must have received some Abrahamic curse. Can you hear me? You should see me because I see myself, but can you hear me? Is the sound okay? Valentia, thank you very much. All right, so wrong is wrong. I'm very, it's a shame because I wanted to share. I started sharing, the moderator on Smash Rockwell's panel who talked about my mother. I'd rather have a good enemy than a bad friend. Disagreeing is one thing. Crossing the line to the point of disrespecting. And with that anonymous slander video that they had put online back then, 10 years ago, my father and my mother were insulted with a lot of profanity. I spare you the details. I'm sparing the details. Now, just before I did the live stream yesterday, I hopped on Smash live stream and I saw that he was addressing me, and he was addressing me as if I was there. And I just left some messages in the chat, and then I saw the dude, the psychotic dude, basically, disrespecting my mother. And I figured I should wait. And I was hesitant about listening to what was said, but I happened to hop in at a good timing because he showed that article that he had uploaded, or that you don't upload an article, the article that he wrote on his blog about Ivan Van Sertima following the discussion of the Asiatic black man who defended the lesson that says Africans are living a jungle life. Now, it is disingenuous in a sense, but maybe the brother doesn't know what happened. He's supposed to know what happened. Because after I had that discussion with the Asiatic black man, it's after that discussion that all the madness started. That I was disrespected, insulted, that so many live streams were made to disrespect me. And Smash was not on those live streams. As a matter of fact, from 2010 until 2011, for that whole year when I was a regular participant in the Amen Ra Squad radio show, I don't recall Smash being there on a regular basis. I think we'll hop in every now and then, and I mean, he can confirm, but that's besides the point. Back when defending a sister who was disrespected by another Asiatic black man, he ended up uploading a video, which is still online. The last time if you put my name, Shakandugu Kemet, he might come up. He uploaded a video labeling me a homosexual. He was still a member of the squad. Nobody asked him to remove the stuff because obviously the stuff stayed there. You see? The anonymous slander video, and I found out it was one of the members of the squad because when I hopped in, like I explained, he cursed me out. He's labeled me an F-boy, and he used that term several times. Nobody told him, no, you're wrong, slow down. I don't know if it's an age thing. And it's sad because when they went at Shaka Amos, it's because Shaka Amos just said that he agreed with what Seti said. Onk got angry and they went at him. Now, why do you think Onk apologized? Now, I think when I hopped in, Smash said, oh, it wasn't the squad, it was him. No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. If you have a team, you have a crew, and one of the member of the team is doing something foul, and the other members don't say anything, you cannot tell me it's not the team, it's him. When he insulted me, labeling me a F-boy several times, he did that on the squad radio show. Nobody told him it was wrong. Nobody told him it was wrong. When he made the anonymous lander video, I only found out it was him when we had actually that exchange when he labeled me a F-boy. And when I left, he repeated verbally the stuff that was said on the anonymous video. So that's how I had a confirmation that it came from him. But I suspected it came from him anyway, because that's lander video came after our exchange, because he lied on his passport and he was embarrassed because he lied publicly. And like I said, for those who don't know, if he was not the first person, he was like the second person who subscribed, and I might have the screen print somewhere. The second person that subscribed to this anonymous lender videos channel was Onk, a brand new channel, and the coincidence is that Onk happens to be the one who subscribed to it. I mean, come on, man, you know. But I don't know if Smash is aware of that. I really don't know, because he might ask, he might have forgot, he might ask Onk what happened. You know what I'm saying? But Onk knows the deal. Why do you think Onk apologized? So when I hopped in, I said, look, members of the Amra Squad flagged my videos and had my account or my channel taken down. I'm not known for lying since 2004. And I heard Smash say, no, I'm not saying you're lying. So what's the contention then? I'm sorry, I don't accept the excuse that, oh, he wasn't the squad, he was that guy. No, that's too easy. But I was then. That was then. Now, maybe somebody's salty because of conversation we had about Nubia. People will not tell you, oh, I'm salty about this, so I'm going to holler at you, because let's keep it real, brother. Brother Smash. One of the reasons why you went at, because maybe you took offense at me saying that somebody shot some arrows at Shaka Amos' book, and I didn't see any arrows shot at some other people's book. But didn't you tell Shaka Amos, oh, you've been dodging me? You've been dodging me for all this time? So you were salty because he didn't get back at you. So I know what some people can do just over a little stuff. Now, when address Onk, telling an African brother, a continental African brother, go back to Africa, he didn't like it. Onk let me know, at least, you know, that's fair game. You know, at least he's being upfront about it, you know? But this little activity now, to the point where people can even disrespect my mother, I've seen that before. I've seen that before. So it's a shame, but it is what it is. It is what it is. It's nothing new to me. Wrong is wrong, and some people cannot admit that they are wrong. And now we've heard Reggie. We've heard Reggie. And what he said about Sekou. Who told Reggie that it was wrong? Even when Reggie told me, F you, F you, F you, who told him that it was wrong? And that Reggie was told, no, he didn't say that. You made that up. Like, he didn't talk about your parents. But what about him using profanity towards me? And all of this because of a female cat. So I'm like, okay, everybody have the right to roll with whoever they want to roll with. But, you know, I don't recall me having some moderator that insulted any of you, let alone your mother. So I'm disappointed. And it's a good thing that I waited, because I could have put a very different title. I could have spoken like, you know, man. I mean, everybody's free to have whoever they want as some moderator, but, you know, it's just a shame. So I'm just going to do my thing. I'm going to do my thing, and you guys going to do your thing. But wrong is wrong. I will not make excuses. I will not sugarcoat. What was said was wrong. It's wrong. And the stance hasn't changed. And we heard what the brother Onk said. He said, yeah, I told him go back to Africa. And I say it again, go take you AWS back to Africa. So he still maintains that stance, and he's trying to, you know, justify it, legitimize it. And we heard Reggie, and you see what's funny with Reggie? What you heard, you couldn't hear the my new intro, because I do have a new intro now. When you have evidence, you don't need to talk for too long. It speaks for itself because it's the horse's mouth. But Reggie, ultimately, let it be known that it's because Sekou is in agreement with Jabari. And that is petty. Just because Sekou agrees with Jabari, Reggie tells Sekou, I think I made a mistake. Just because Sekou is in agreement with Jabari, then Reggie is going to tell him you have no bearing. You talk to your people, I talk to my people. And that doesn't get any criticism. And I'm even talking about a guy who's lying. Lying is a fact. And everybody's clapping for him. But it's okay. It's fine. I'm surprised. I'm surprised, you know what I'm saying? But you haven't seen that from me. It's easier to let other people go on and disrespect me. And now my mother. So, do your thing. One other thing, and I almost forgot to say that. You see, it's not scripted. It's not scripted, you know. I thought, okay, I'm not going to say anything and I'm just going to keep it pushing and that's it. But I'm like, okay, let me just say it for the record, so it's clear and transparent. When the Asiatic guy, member of the Amen-Ra squad, was defending the anti-African and negrophobic lessons of the Nation of Islam that says that Africans are living a jungle life, Africans are not civilized, and black means death. When I talked about the Africans are living a jungle life, Onk said, yeah, but some Africans are living in the jungle, you know what I'm saying? So similarly to, but some of you haven't heard the exchange, that's why. So maybe some of you haven't heard the exchange, So Unc was trying to make excuses for it, you know what I'm saying? I mean, once again, Unc apologized. He knows he was wrong on that, And now that female cat, hey, if he's your friend, it's so good. You want to ride for that, but you will see where it will get you. It will not. You will see where it will get you. I've warned the people about the Asiatic black man guy. People didn't want to listen to me. Now, when I left, what happened? The dude wasn't there. Who's left in Amen-Ra squad? Sanjeri is no longer there, is he? Even with his repairing nights, we don't even see him. We saw him once. They probably tricked him. Then he bounced away. Sutene is no longer there. The crazy false flagging 5%er is no longer there. Yeah, Soldier is no longer there. So I'm surprised and I'm disappointed. Smash, for real. Like every time the other moderators disrespecting me, and I let you know, but apparently it's called crying. But now even my mother, what will be the justification now? You guys are gonna do some etymology and stuff like that? Wrong is wrong. Wrong is wrong. It's wrong. How many times anybody in the community since 2004? How many times people heard me talking about somebody's mother? In a disrespectful manner at that. You're going to tell me, oh, it's not disrespectful because it's a question? So I know how some people get down. They do the click thing. It's fine. They can do it. But do the click thing and holler at me, not my mother. And don't let somebody else disrespect my mother on your platform. What else do you think is going to happen? So I'm just going to do my thing. We're going to let you do your thing. But, that's it. That's it. And I kind of seen a few messages, but, I'm not really going to read them anyway. I have to do a class in about 10 minutes. So, but I just wanted to express that, so from now on, I'm doing my thing and it would have been better if we just spoke directly, but that that moderator putting my mother in the mix in a disrespectful manner, I heard enough. I heard enough. It's wrong to say go back to Africa. What Reggie said is wrong. We never stood for that. We never stood for that. We never stood for that. We never. That's new. That's a new stance. No, there's no excuses for it. There's no justification for it. You know, and we never used to defend guys who are obviously fraudulent. So I don't know if the dude paid you. I don't know if they have some dirt on you guys. You have the right to be cool whoever you want, but the dude is wrong. Period. The Asiatic black man was trying to be on some bully stuff. I didn't care. Wrong is wrong. Falsehood is falsehood. I don't accept the excuse that, oh, it was that guy, it wasn't the squad. It was the squad. He was a member of the squad. He insulted me on the platform of the squad. And I'm talking I'm in a raw squad when I say squad. And when he made the anonymous lender video, it was the founder, the host who subscribed to it. So I mean, you know, you cannot insult my intelligence and my intelligence and act like, well, you know, it wasn't us, it was him. No, he was a member of the squad. He was never told you're wrong. So I'm gonna keep it pushing. I don't expect to go back and forth because I'm not planning on listening to Smash's channel anymore. It's just like that video of Reggie when he was on Smash actually when he told me F you several times. I thought, okay, I'll have to wait before I listen to the rest because I know I'm going to be angry and I might say some stuff that I will regret. But at the end, I decided not to listen to the rest because I was like, you know, it's going to be too much, you know. Because you heard what happened after I was put on hold for 40 minutes and then, you know, some little homies tried to school me. So if I would have heard the rest, I probably would have heard some things that I didn't like. So it's not going to change the world. It's not going to stop anybody from sleeping. It's not going to stop anybody from eating. But I just wanted to say it for the record. It is wrong. It is wrong. And I'm used to people making excuses for some things that are wrong. And I've heard some testimonies about people saying the same thing, you know. And I'm sorry, I'm not perfect. I've made mistakes in my life, but go back to Africa is wrong. Telling a brother because he's from Africa that he has no bearing, stuff like that, that's wrong. Now the hate towards Jabari is wrong. That's really just, it does not deserve that. It doesn't deserve that. It doesn't deserve that. And I'm not a member of Jabari's organization. See, Donnie Williams wrote sound like retaliation for track field. I mean, it's obvious, but it's all good. It's all good. But you know, holler at me. Don't put my mother in the mix. Don't allow somebody to put my mother in the mix. You know? I mean, I don't know what kind of justification they're gonna have for that. Like, they're gonna tell him, okay, don't do it again. I mean, the dude is already really. Most people would tell you the dude is unstable, but he has a status of a moderator. And he's going to ask me in the chat if I am pimping my mom. Have you ever heard of somebody pimping their own mother? I've heard of people selling drugs to their own mother, but pimping their own mother, I never heard that. It's getting out of hand. It's too much. It's straight up disrespectful. You know? So it's all good. You know, we talked about Nubia. He said I was wrong. We went on the encyclopedia. It didn't appear I was wrong. Maybe he's a little salty about that because once again, with Shaka Amos, he hollered at Shaka Amos. Shaka Amos did not holler back at him, and he held that grudge. And people will not admit that they hold a grudge towards you for petty stuff. You know? And I know Onk can be convincing. But it's petty. Onk, you were wrong. You were wrong. We never stood for that. We never stood for that. And you maintaining it, saying, yeah, I told him and I'm saying it again, go back to Africa. Yeah, that's wrong. That's not, and you have the right to change. But that's wrong. I'm sorry. So of course, it's the crew, it's the team, track field and all that, it's obvious. And you see, it shows that when people cannot defeat you with the information, then they will go to slander and disrespect and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So in a sense, it's defeat on their parts, on their part. It's defeat. What justification is going to be? But unless the people tell me when I'm live streaming in the chat or when they get on the panel, unless they tell me what was said about that, if any action was taken, or if it's just, oh, don't do it again, oh, chill, oh, don't disrespect the guests, But I would never know because I don't know how long it's going to last, but I think it's going to last for a good while because when I separated myself from the squad, I went my way, and then they try to diss me because as I argue that the inhabitants of these areas were Caucasian, and 10 years later, Ngozi came, and he was a participant in all those videos. Though I don't recall him, being slanderous towards me. He was more, unfortunately, Unc. He's the one who said, "Oh, don't show me your white hands," and acting like he never seen my face when my face was my profile picture. But some of you, that's 10 years back, so you don't really know exactly what I'm talking about. But Ngozi, to make the long story short, he came and he agrees with me now. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's what I wanted to say. I'm surprised. I'm disappointed. Now, if they're saying it was not them or it was not the squad, it was that guy who was a member of the squad, can you imagine now that it's a mod? It's not even a member of the squad. It's just a mod. So you can say, oh, it's just a mod. The mod, I don't have any control on that. But once the dude said that, what's next? And it's a good thing that I waited because I would have used some words, I probably would have cursed a lot and stuff like that. But, yeah, I mean, what's the point of me repeating it 10,000 times, I don't recall talking about some people's mother, but yeah, everybody go about their way. So I mean, do your thing, guys. Do what you want to do. I ain't gonna listen to that channel no more. I don't plan on participating on the channel anymore. I don't think anybody's gonna have the integrity to apologize. So, or maybe in 10 years or 20 years from now. And I know how they get down, I know we had the beef. Many of you missed the back and forth. And really, I was just replying because I separated myself from them. And then I was just, doing my thing. And then allegedly over a disagreement about my information, I heard a lot of things, but they're going to act like I'm the one who's wrong. You know what I'm saying? A track field is a female cat. I maintain that. He's a liar. I maintain that. If you want to cap for him, cap for him. But you will have to, deal with the consequences. It's not a good look for you guys. It's really not a good look, So stay safe, brothers and sisters. I'm very happy that I waited. So I did not have a message full of profanity. The situation is just messy, but it's not the end of the world. People will continue. All right. So I'm planning on continuing with the information, and I don't want to become what I don't like. Thank you, brothers and sisters. Hotel.